Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Grus' house from the movie Despicable Me. In this tutorial, I will show you how to make the entire house. However, I have also made tutorials for Grus' neighbor's house, so that we are able to make the entire suburbs out of the movie. And not only that, I have also made Grus' car as well. My recommendation would be to build all of these together and make yourself a cool little suburbs, which is exactly what I'm doing, and then adding them into my city. By the way, please feel free to leave suggestions down below on what I should make next, whether it is a cartoon build, real world build, or something out of a movie, video game. Let me know. Leave a comment. I'd love to see what you guys want to see. This is the amount of space required to make Grus' house. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 2 stone bricks in a row on the ground. 1, 2. Then place a dark oak plank to the right, and extend that plank upwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend right, up, right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, right, extend all the way down to the ground. Then place 4 stone bricks extending right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend forwards by 3, 1, 2, 3. Extend right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend in by 3, 1, 2, 3. Extend right by 3 as well, 1, 2, 3. Then extend backwards by 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then extend inwards by 3, 1, 2, 3. And then back by 2, 1, 2. Extend 1 row towards you, and then right 1 row towards you, and then right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in 1, right 1, in 1, right by 2, 1, 2. Extend across the back of the build by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then into 1, 2. Right 1, back 1, right 1, and then back by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in 1, and then right 1, in 1, and then right by 2, 1, 2. What we then want to do is simply extend all the way across the back of the build to where we first started. Join everything together, and this is the shape that we should have. Next, let's build up the shape of the walls. Starting off where we started off, place a row of 10 grey concrete on top of this stone brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First of all, we will extend all the way to the back of the build, and down, just like this. Then, we want to place several rows of grey concrete on top of this flat row. So we want to place 1, 2 grey concrete here, leaving a gap of 1 on the left, and then 1, 2 grey concrete here, leaving a gap of 1 on the right, join together. And then we want to do this again, so 1, 2, and 1, 2, join together, just like so. And then one more time, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then join together, and then one last time, 1, 2, and 1, 2, join together at the top. So in total, we have done this 4 times to give us this shape. So this is going to give us the shape for the side of the roof, and the roof is really simple. It's actually made, at this particular part of the house, out of dark oak planks, and we place rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Dark oak planks extending all the way up to the very top, with a row of dark oak planks across the top and also extending down along the shape of the side of the building. The dark oak planks also want to overhang the side of the build by one row as well, just like this. So this is just the shape of the roof, and we also want to add some windows to this side of the building as well. We want to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grey concrete extending in, with an upside down dark oak stair on top, 2 purple stained glass on top of the stair, dark oak stair on top of the glass, then a row of grey concrete to the right of all of this, and then upside down regular stairs at the bottom and the top, with purple stained glass in between. That should sit nicely in the middle of this particular portion of the building, and then we are able to simply just fill the remaining side of the house in using grey concrete. What we can now do is extend this side of the building all the way across over to the opposite side. So this house has a bunch of varying wall styles and roof styles and shapes, but what is consistent is the left and right side of the builds are actually the same. So we can take these grey concrete blocks, extend them across and down, just like this, and then we can connect them together at the top, and we can do the exact same thing that we did over there. So following the roof shape, we want to place 1, 2 grey concrete here, 1, 2 here, just join them together, then 1, 2, 1, 2, join them together, 1, 2, 1, 2, join them together, and then one last time, 1, 2, 1, 2, join them together. Then we can add the roof shape, which is of course just the rows of 2 dark oak planks extending up the side, across the top, and then down the back, just like this. We want to extend these planks outwards. Then we actually want the exact same windows that we have on that side over on this side. So we place a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grey concrete. Then we have the upside down dark oak stairs, 2 purple glass on top, and then stairs on top, grey concrete all the way over to the right, stairs, glass, stairs. Perfect. Then all we are going to do is just fill all of this remaining space in with grey concrete. Next, come back to the front of the build, and on top of this stone brick block here, place 12 grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Extend right 1, and then up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Right 1, and then place a purple stained glass on top. 2 grey concrete on top. Right by 2. 1, 2. Take this middle block here, place 2 grey concrete on top. This grey concrete block, place a grey concrete underneath it, glass underneath that, grey concrete, extend right and then down by 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1, and then extend all the way down. We should connect to the opposite side of the entrance, just like this. What we also want to do is make the shape of the roof. This is really simple. So the bottom portion of the roof, we want to place 1, 2, 3 dark oak planks here along the side, and then we want to follow the 3 dark oak planks extending all the way up to the top. Where we will extend up and over just like so, and then extend down, and then simply place all of the planks extending down. When we get to this part here, we place 1, 2, 3 more, just like so. And then all the way up at the very top here, we're just going to extend this middle block up by 2. We might make that 3. Let's see. Let's make that 3 because we want to extend all of these dark oak planks forwards, but just a little bit different than some of the other portions of the roof. we want to place upside down dark oak stairs underneath the connection points, just like so. But we also want to place the stairs on top of the connection points as well, leading all the way up to the top. So I think that we made the right choice with the amount of planks extending up. It'd look a little bit weird if it was just one row shorter, but that's perfect. That is what the roof wants to look like. And then we are just going to drop all the way down, and we will place a row of grey concrete just along the bottom here. Then we will place... So we actually want to place a door behind the center block here. So we actually need a dark oak door. It will go right here. And then we can build a frame around the door, just like so. We also want to place a purple stained glass above the door as well. So grey concrete just extending all the way around like this, right? Upside down, dark oak stairs here, here, 2 purple glass on top of the stairs, dark oak stairs on top of the glass, then grey concrete across everything. Then we actually want to place an upside down dark oak stair here above the center block with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 glass on top, and then a dark oak stair here. We should then be able to place 2 grey concrete extending up, and then 1, 2, 3 glass above that, and that will give us this. So that might have seemed complicated, but all we have to now do is fill all of the remaining part of the front here in with grey concrete. We have to add an overhang above the door. So the way that we are going to do this is rather simple. Here, sideways dark oak stair, extend right, sideways, slab on top of the middle block, then polished black stone here, like this, so in front of the door, spread out left and right, and then extend this row forwards here, polished black stone stairs in front of the 2 rows like so, and we might as well finish this off because we are right here. Bamboo button, if not birch button, here, and then brown carpet just along the top of the stairs, just like so. Really, really simple. And not only that, we want to then come to the right here, and we want to have a bunch of windows like this one. So the window is going to sit right in the middle of this wall. So I'm just going to build up some grey concrete and show you why it is the middle as well. So if you actually build up the grey concrete along the stone bricks, then we have a very defined center row here and here, which we wouldn't have had otherwise if we didn't build up around. So we want upside down stairs just here, 2 rows of glass on top, and then stairs on top of that. So that ends up looking like this. You can see it looks really nice and uniform, and then we can place the grey concrete in between this area here, just up to where the roof line begins, which would be here. Ultimately, the roof will extend inwards from the right and backwards from the front, just like this. We place the planks feeding in from this side, and then the stairs just go straight backwards. So let's actually make a portion of this roof. So we are going to simultaneously, I don't know if there's an easier way to do this or not, but we are going to simultaneously, actually yeah, let's extend all of the plank blocks from the front, just like this, just extending backwards. We'll start off with the planks, and then we'll feed in some of that side roof as well. But we're not going to go too far back because there is but another roof that we have to make as well. And this side we want to just leave alone, but just more so for this corner is kind of what I want to do right now. So we'll now come to the right side here, start feeding these blocks inwards, and you see they'll line up with the front eventually, so we'll just extend them inwards and then forwards, just like so. So this will come naturally back here, and then we'll just extend these plank blocks as far backwards as they will come, just so. So if we take a look from the side, like I said, we have to do some more work on the back first, and then we'll be able to connect everything together, but I just think it's nice to connect everything to the side there. We'll extend the stairs backwards, and also just this row as well, and then we will just leave that right there for now. So now that we have done that, we actually want to just slip over to this left side, and we actually have a couple more windows to make. So on this side of the building there is also a set of windows, and if we just start filling in some of the grey concrete just as kind of like we did with the opposite side there. So now you can see that we can place a window here, so upside down stair, 2 glass on top, stair on top, and then we can place the grey concrete around, filling all of this in, extending this all the way up, and then we would, just as we did with the other side, start extending the roof backwards, just like so. And we're not going to do too much more. We'll leave that like that for now, because we just want to focus on this area first. There's a bit more going on with this particular area, but we're just going to fill all of this in with grey concrete, extending all the way up to the top so we don't have any gaps. We can extend the first 2 rows of the roof across to meet the entrance area, but we are then going to extend the dark oak plank archway that we have on the front of the house. We're going to extend it 1 row backwards and then fill the back row in between the row that we've just made. We're going to fill it in with, I want to call them polished deep slate stairs, and the reason I'll call them that is because that is the item name. I wasn't sure when I started that sentence, but yeah. Okay, so well, what we will end up with is this, which is really cool. What we can then do is start adding in, so there's 2 windows on the front of the build essentially. So one is right here, so literally starting here we want to place 1, 2, 3 grey concrete, leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 grey concrete. Take the middle block, place 2 glass on top of, well, both sides, and then place grey concrete all the way around the glass. Take the middle block and extend it up by, I'm gonna say 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2, just like so. And then we are going to place dark oak planks. We're going to place 1, 2 here, 1, 2. Extend the center block up here by 2 as well. So basically just 2 planks all around on the sides, along each one of the windows, just like this. We then want to extend the planks 1 row forwards. Then we are going to place dark oak stairs above and below the connection points, just like so. It'll end up looking like this. That's really, really good. And then we want to do the exact same thing here as well. Here and here. And yeah, there we go. That's perfect. That's exactly what it wants to look like. So the reason that we haven't been building the rest of the roof now that we have these is that we want to place... So the problem is with these windows here is that, like, if we extend them just back another row, or at least like the rectangular part, it makes it a little bit easier. We want to extend this roof in here through and across where it would be. So like maybe even extend it back a bit further. So just the upper portion. So the roof wants to extend where it would naturally extend through. So like it would extend here, if this makes sense, and connect to here. So like if we look at it from the outside, you can see we've got like 2, a row of 2, a row of 2. We also have to extend the roof of the 2 small windows to connect to the roof that we're making now, and add in these stairs, just like so. I might just wait and do like these roofs afterwards. So we can now start extending these dark oak planks backwards. The reason that I didn't just want to straight up extend the planks backwards first of all is because I didn't want to cover up these windows and then just have to delete it anyway. But let's extend these plank rows across, and we can roughly line them up with the center, with the entrance roof, I'll call it. So these want to extend across and backwards just like this. We will have to extend these stairs back, and these stairs back, and these stairs back, and these planks back as well. It's kind of, it's a little bit complicated really. So everything just wants to connect together. So like simultaneously that extends across, that connects to there. These roofs here also want to extend backwards as well at the same time. That's perfect. We've built enough of the rest of the roof that these, we don't have to do any more work with these roofs once we have connected them. There we go. That is perfect? Question mark. It is, yeah, perfect. So then we can extend the flat portion of this roof inwards. We're not going to do too much more once we have kind of like connected to the central area, because as I said, there's a lot going on with all of these roofs connecting together, and I want it to look perfect. So these will extend. Okay, that's fine. So this will extend here, connect to those stairs, and then ultimately, like this roof could get extended back a little bit more, but we might as well just do it when we can extend the whole thing. But as long as the front looks good, which it does, that's all looking fine and nice and connected to me. That's looking great. There is one little thing on this side that we have missed, but that's okay, we can add it now. So what we essentially want to do is take this little mini window design here, and we want to apply it to this side of the build. So we actually want to knock out, so it's 1, 2, 3 stairs here. So the second layer of the roof, we have a row of 2 stairs here on the left, 1 stair here on the right, grey concrete in between, 2 purple glass extending up from this centre block, grey concrete left and right. I think that we can extend it above and over, and then just place an additional 1, 2 grey concretes here, and then we are able to do pretty much the same thing that we just did. So it's just 2 dark oak planks along the side, extending up and connecting together. And then we extend them forwards, add the stairs on the connection points, both above and below, just like so, and then we can connect it into the center roof. So here, we've just got to delete that stair, and this one, here, here, here. That has to be sideways stair now, here, here, and here. That's perfect. Fun fact, when I was designing this, I very almost forgot that particular little window, but it is very apparent in some of the source material that I looked at. I know it's only a little detail, but I'm glad that we managed to get that added. Alright, so moving to the back of the build now. We are first of all going to place a row of grey concrete extending the left and right sides of the back of the build together along a straight line like this. What we then want to do is we essentially want to copy the shape that we have at the front of the building onto the back of the building. So if you extend this grey concrete block here backwards and join down just like this, and you can even join it further and further down, so like you can extend it all the way down just like this if you like. And if we extend this block here and extend all the way back and then down, just like so. Actually, it's the one to the right. My bad. So, just underneath this roof line here. So here, we extend this all the way back. And then down. All the way down. So the reason that we are doing this is we want to have this shape. We want to have the shape that we have on the front of the building, on the back of the building, essentially. So once we've extended those rows backwards, we then extend in, and then up by 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in on both sides, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in on both sides, and then up by 1, 2, and then it should be 2 or 3, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we need this block, so it should be a grey concrete block. No, it shouldn't. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we'll extend this grey concrete all the way back. There we go. So as long as it lines up with the front of the build, you can see that that is the exact same shape. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but actually it does have to be 100% perfect. So we want to have something which should look like that, and the whole purpose of this is that we want to place dark oak planks along the sides of this. So we actually want to make pretty much the same roof that we have on the front of the build onto the back of the build. So we can actually start from the top and extend this dark oak plank backwards at the top right, and then we can just extend it down and connect it to our grey concrete, just like so. And then we can extend these planks backwards too, and then extend these stairs backwards, and then these planks just like this. And we want to do the exact same thing on both sides. Luckily this side is a little bit more developed than the other side, just like so. And then there would be, and then these planks extend and connect down, and then we would have a row of 1, 2, 3 planks, 1, 2, 3 planks, and then 1, 2, and then it would be free, but it's kind of like in the way, so we'll just extend these forwards and then down to make the third. Extend all of these an additional row backwards, just like so, and then 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and then 1 2, and then this would of course be free as well, so we'll just extend that. But the thing about the final row on the back of the build like this is that I think that we'll just extend it down an additional row like this on both sides, and then that way it will match up and connect to this part of the house. So we will extend it like so. We might even extend the grey concrete like an additional row backwards too, so that it kind of just pokes out at the back of the house a little bit more. So let's extend the frame of the grey concrete out of the just an additional row backwards like so, and then that way it will kind of like stick out, and so will the roof. So if we extend the frame back and then extend the roof backwards an additional row, then it will kind of like pop. Otherwise it will kind of just fade into the other two roofs. So like these planks can now extend inwards, and then they can connect to the center part of the house. So we're going to want to extend these planks backwards so that we can extend the side part of the roof inwards to connect. Just like this, and then we are able to, yep, that's perfect. Then we are able to place the stairs on top, just like so. You can see that matches up with the front, and here, and then we can place the stairs underneath the connection points, the upside down stairs. Fill this entire section in, so we had to extend this an additional row forwards, which is fine. And then we can just fill all of this in with grey concrete. I'll start from the bottom just because it's a little bit easier. We'll fill all of this in, and then we will connect all of the roofs together that we can. There are no windows. I don't think there's a window here. You actually never see it, but maybe we should add one. So why don't we add a window here, assuming that the back is anything like the front. So one here. And then it doesn't really make too much sense to randomly add one here, but what we will do is fill this wall in and then connect all of the remaining roof together. So that wall is filled in, and then all we have to do here is just... I don't actually know which is easier to fill, like to connect the front and the back of the build together and then extend the side inwards, or to extend the side inwards and then the front and the back of the build at the set. Like I don't know what is more efficient, but I guess I'll just do it this way. I'll extend the side across and then we'll kind of just join it together where need be. Whereas I think connecting the entire front and the back side together is rather unnecessary. It would look cleaner though inside of the build, but we aren't making the interior, so it doesn't particularly matter for us. So here, here, and here. There we go. So that's all sealed up now. That's fantastic. We can then add the upside down stairs underneath the connection points. There are 3 of them. Whoa, what happened? And then we also want to add stairs here, here, and then here, and here. Perfect. So there we go. So we have the main roof completely all connected together with all of these stairs added as well. We don't have stairs on the left and right sides. That's looking all nice and fancy. Whilst we are on this particular portion of the house, and it's a really easy, tiny little detail to forget, there is a small chimney here, so it's on the first, second, third, fourth set of the actual roof, extending up and inwards right in this corner. We place a row of grey concrete extending up to equal the roof height with a hopper on top. So that's just a small chimney, just like so, and it should just be apparent from the front of the house, just like that. And then, with all of that done, we can move on to the back part. So first of all, we are going to place a row of 6 grey concrete on top of this stone brick block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend right 1, and then up by 2, 1, 2. In 1, up by 2, 1, 2. Extend right 2, 1, 2. This middle block up by 2 as well, 1, 2. Then extend this grey concrete block down by 2, 1, 2. right one, down 2, right 1, and then all the way down, just like this. That's perfect. Connect the bottom together with a row of grey concrete, and then, kind of like with the front of the house, we want to place a dark oak door 1 row inwards from the middle, just like this, and then build a grey concrete frame around the door. Then we want to place a grey concrete on top of the centre block and a row of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 purple glass extending up that will hit the top of the frame there. Then we want to have 2 windows, so 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, so 1 on the left, 1 on the right. We also want to make a set of stairs very similar to what we have on the front of the build, so 2 rows of 3 polished blackstone block, extend the bottom forwards, and then polished blackstone stairs in front of and on top of the outward row. We are then going to place brown carpet on top here with a bamboo button to the left of the door. We then want to have the same overhang that we have on the front, so a dark oak stair here, a sideways one, and then actually it will be 1 row above. Will it be 1 row above? Yeah, okay, so it'll be right here, so sideways stair, extend to the right, sideways stair, and then the slab on top. There we go. Perfect. So now that we have done that, we can just fill all of this empty space in using grey concrete, just like so, and that will give us this. And when it comes to the style of this roof, we simply want to place rows of 2 dark oak planks extending up the sides, starting on the very side, extending all the way up to the top. And I think that we're actually going to have the very top of this, the apex, be 3 rows high rather than the 2 that we use along these sides. So we'll just extend them 1 row outwards just so that it sticks out a little bit more. You'll see why in a second. So along the sides of this circular shape that we have, it doesn't look particularly circular anymore, but if you take a look at it like that, we are going to place a row of grey concrete along the flat parts here. And then, on top of this very middle block, a purple glass, leave a gap of 1, purple glass, gap of 1, purple glass, extend the glass all the way, well, not all the way up, just add another row of glass on top of each one of those glasses. Then fill around these in, so around and above in, using grey concrete like so. I actually think that we add another row of grey concrete on top, like so. And then, on top of all of the remaining stone brick blocks, we also want to place grey concrete. So, on top of the stone bricks, grey concrete, just like so, filling all of this in. So, it all wants to be 1 height, and then we want to do the exact same thing on the opposite side as well. So, grey concrete, on top of all of these stone bricks, a row along the bottom here, on this side, just like this, and then a glass here, 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 row on top, and then grey concrete in between, connect above, and all together, just like so. So when it comes to this part of the roof, this is actually circular. We can extend, let's start off with the very bottom dark oak plank block here, right? So we can extend this back and around the grey concrete shape that we have, just like this, right? And then we want to, it might be easier to then extend all of the rest of the side roof, so like extend the rest of the roof on the back of the build backwards and connect to the house, because otherwise it's going to get confusing mixing like 2 different styles simultaneously. It's also just a lot easier to just do like 1 rather than like 2 at the same time. But like, let's extend all of these blocks backwards, connect together to give us this, and then what we essentially want to do is we want to extend the semicircular shape that we've just made 1 row upwards, and then we want to add another row of the roof above and inside the empty space that we have just made, so like this, and then we want to add another row of planks here, and then another row of planks here, if that makes sense. So every time we are 1 row above and inside, and we aren't connecting it together in the corners. So it looks really nice, especially from the side. It looks nice and natural. And you can just see like 3 different styles all connecting together. It's pretty cool. And then on this opposite side, we'll start off by extending the bottom row backwards and around the shape. But then, just as with the opposite side, we will extend the flat rows, or straight rows, whatever you want to call them, all the way back and connect to the house like this. And now that that is done, all we have to do is add another row first of all on top of this base. And then we just want to add the shape for the next semicircle. And then here. And then here. And then that is absolutely perfect. And believe it or not, that is the entire house structure complete. That's a massive house. So with the house complete, we are going to now do a bunch of landscaping. Step 1, remove the first 2 rows of the grid. And replace them with smooth stone. Place a row of smooth quartz block extending along the remaining part of the grid on the left side of the build. So all the way from the front, almost all the way to the back. On the back, we want to place a row of 3 spruce leaves. So this row of spruce leaves extends all the way across the back. That's probably the most difficult way to place them vertically. I think we'll just stick to horizontal. Then we want to continue and extend forwards with a row of smooth quartz. This will extend all the way to our path or sidewalk. So along the smooth quartz rows, we are going to place back-to-back pairs of smooth quartz stairs, and this will give us a white picket fence effect. And eventually we will place against the leaves that we have at the back here a single stair, but for the rest of it, back-to-back pairs of smooth quartz stairs. I would highly recommend placing 1 set of stairs at a time and then place the adjoining opposite stair behind, and it's just a little bit easier. Eventually, once you've done it, you'll end up with this effect. I think it looks really good. I did also toil with the idea of using birch stairs and birch planks for the fence, but the fence is white, so I'm just not quite sure that I like the smoothness of the smooth quartz. I know that it's kind of in the name of the block, but you know. Anyway, once that is all placed, we have our boundaries for the house, which look fantastic. They do contrast nicely against the darkness of the build. Next, we are going to create a footpath that is the same width as the stairs that lead from the stairs all the way to the edge of the street, and we are going to place stripped birch wood for this. So we specifically want to place it in these rows so that the wood travels this way. You can actually place it sideways as well, but it doesn't look as good. We also want to remove all of these blocks in front of the garage door all the way to the edge of the street as well. So where the footpath begins, right here, and then we are going to fill all of this in with light grey concrete powder. How did that happen? There we go, that's perfect. So we are then going to connect the driveway here to the footpath with a single row of stripped birch. It will look like this. That's perfect. We are also going to remove these grass blocks here and here, replace them with podzol, and place dead bushes on the podzol, just like so. And then we want to place a mailbox right here. So an oak fence with a light grey shulker box on top, oak trapdoor in front. That's absolutely perfect. There is also a dead/dying tree in the front garden. It's made out of dark oak fence, and I don't want to tell you specifically how to make it, but it's kind of like twisty like this. Any sort of like configuration will look good as long as it kind of like goes up and back and up again. Add a fence gate here or there for branches, and you can't really go too far wrong. And once you have done that here, we actually want to come all the way to the very back of the build, and where the stairs kind of connect to at a 90-degree angle to the rest of the house, so over there to the corner of the house, we want to place a giant tree. So this tree, it might be better to just start off with just a singular row of dark oak fence. So it's going to extend all the way up like this, probably as high, or if not, perhaps a little bit higher than the rest of the house. I think if we just start off with this and then add just like a bunch of branches, just like so, and up. So just a giant straight tree, I guess, which I get a little bit weird in nature. I mean, they're not. Actually, your trees are kind of straight, aren't they? Like, if you think about it, like the trunk of the tree, I mean, it's typically just like goes straight up. It doesn't really like curve and bend that much. I mean, some do, but, you know, not like as a rule. They are kind of like trees are kind of like straightish. It's kind of weird. I've never really thought about it, but yeah, so just all the way straight up like this, and we just want to add like a bunch of branches, and we can use fence gates to kind of like just make it look a little bit more interesting, just kind of like all the way up. It doesn't want to look that impressive, like something like this will look absolutely fine, and the point of this is that we want to be able to see it from, so like we want to know it's there as we kind of like orbit the house. So it could probably be a little bit taller, but I think that is absolutely fine. And once you've done that, there is actually just one final detail that we can add to the house to just really just put that cherry on the cake. So that cherry on the cake would be swapping all of the grass block to dirt path. So this is a lot easier said than done. You've kind of got to meticulously work your way around with a shovel and just kind of change all of the grass. I've opted for world edit, but I would highly recommend doing this. It is like it elevates the house so much. You could just leave it as grass, but it's not. It wouldn't be right. Another good reason to use world edit, by the way, rather than placing it, is that you get to preserve the path underneath the trees that you've made. If you have world edit, I'm sorry if you don't. Just one slightly frustrating thing is that with the dirt path, you are going to have to replace underneath the visible blocks. So like underneath all of the fence, for instance, and the sides of the house, we have to meticulously replace all of these blocks. It might not bother you, but it definitely bothers me, so once you have added that final bit of meticulous detail, you will have 100% fully completed the house. However, this video is not over. We must now take Grus' house and add it into our city. Grus' house for now is actually going to go in storage in the modern suburbs. The reason being is because we have greater plans for this. We are going to combine Grus' house with his neighbour's house, Sus, and car, and we are going to give it its very own suburb. So just for now, we are going to leave it right here, but there is a greater plan. And this video is over. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for more things to make by me, check out the mini city builds playlist down below in the description for everything that you can have and will not see on the screen right now. We have city builds, video game builds, movie builds, cartoon builds, you name it, we have it. Check the playlist down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.